Hello YouTube, what is going on? Shaney 2K here with another one of my interviews, and today we have the most famous person I've had so far. I have Nessie. Nessie's a 16-year-old. He's in San Fran, originally from Italy. He's got 11,000 on Instagram, 193.1K on TikTok, with 4.4 million likes to date. How's it going, Nessie?
What's up, Shane? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to have you on and stuff. You know, some people watch your TikToks. This might be the first time they really hear your voice, but it's kind of a cool introduction.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, you said this was your first interview too, right?
Yeah, it's the first time someone's ever reached out to me and actually want to have a conversation like that. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I'm really happy to be the first. I'm happy to have you lose your interview virginity. So
Hey, there we go.
so how have you been during the pandemic and stuff in California and all that?
During the pandemic, it's been kind of hard. I haven't been able to go out and get a job. My family's high risk for COVID, so haven't been able to go out and see friends and stuff like that. I'm living in San Diego County. It's a pretty big hot spot for COVID at the moment. I'm hoping soon things will get better, so I'll be able to go and get a job and get my life prepared for the future.
Yeah, no, for a lot of high schoolers just like me, just like you, it's really tough. It's like a lot of the stuff people had to deal with, even though it sounds kind of silly, people that they went through as high schoolers, getting jobs, buying car, all that stuff. It feels like it's being put on hold, and it is going to affect us for years to come down the road.
Yeah, it's definitely had a very big impact on my social life. But I do think there's some benefits to it. Over the whole quarantine situation, obviously, I've gained a following on social media, so that's always a positive to it.
No, 100%. And speaking of big impacts, you are originally from Italy, so what was it like, if you remember any of it, moving from Italy to the States?
Well, to be quite honest, I was born there. I was born in Naples. It's kind of the southern part of Italy. It's basically like the Tijuana of Italy, if you know where that is in Mexico. I was a baby, so I don't really remember much. So I wouldn't be able to tell you if I picked up an accent or a language or anything. So it wouldn't be anything major that would have an impact on my life.
The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is you can't run for president.
Well, it's actually pretty interesting. I had dual citizenship for a while, but it ended up getting revoked because I haven't been to Italy in over 10 years. Mm-hmm. So that ended up getting revoked, but I did have it at a point, and I still can run for president because being born on a military base, it was an American military base. It's still American soil.
Oh, so. Wow. Nessie, you should do it.
Maybe I'll run for president like 2050 or something. I don't know.
2052. You heard it here. Janesco for president.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I had no idea. That's the first time I've ever heard. I've really met anybody that's been born on, like a military base with the American soil thing. It's kind of interesting. That'd definitely be a first. You have a lot of really cool views on a lot of stuff, especially politically, which we don't have to get into because I don't want if this blows up, half of the world to go against you at the moment, but or for you, either way. Doesn't matter which side you pick, but I couldn't see you as president, to be honest. I don't think that's really what you'd want to do either.
Yeah, I'm not, I understand politics and econ and stuff like that, but in my opinion, political science and stuff like that, it's just too controversial for me, and I wouldn't want to hit on my head at some point in my life, so I think I'll do without that. I'll stick to music.
No, 100%. Speaking of your music, what do you think the hardest part of music is for you?
The hardest part about music for me, that's an interesting question. I've never got that one before. Probably funding. Funding, to pay producers, for equipment, sending my vocals out to people to have them mixed and mastered. it can be a bit tough, especially because I don't have a job at the moment. So it can be rough at times. But anytime like I get allowance or something, then I put that towards that. So yeah.
No, and that's a really common answer, especially among teenagers. I have tried to put out music myself, but it's too much because I wouldn't do it myself with the equipment and stuff. I was planning on going to a studio, all of that, and the money is just it's pretty insane with all of that. But you have, I think, 3 songs on Spotify now, or is it just 2?
Let's see. I have Fireboy and Water Girl, Deadlock, Lollipop, and Switching Lanes. I did have at a point 6, but I took 2 down because I didn't like them.
So you have some new stuff coming out soon. When can we expect that?
Honestly, I was actually planning on recording a song today, but I wasn't able to get around to it. I was having some technical issues, so I didn't get to it. I'm planning on recording these. I have 3 songs in my drafts at the moment, so I'm planning on recording those soon. Hopefully, I'm able to figure out this whole technology situation with my production. But once I get them recorded, I'm putting them out as soon as possible. It takes around 3 weeks in order to for the songs to be distributed on digital platforms. So I'd say anywhere from March up until May.
I mean, that's perfect. I can't wait to hear it. Because you speak about, especially your past music, kind of in a dimmer light. Like, you're like, oh, it's not my best, or you say different things. And you're saying this is going to be, a lot better. I love all of it, to be honest. I've listened to all of the stuff on Spotify. I really like Lollipop. I'm not going to lie. That one gets me hyped for school in the morning. But no, don't listen to that song before school. It doesn't get you in the mood for school at all. Not in the slightest. But anyway, I'll get back into your music a little bit later. So I want to know, because you have a following on TikTok. When and how did you really discover TikTok?
To be honest, I had TikTok back when it was Musical.ly. I, as a 6th grader, I downloaded Musical.ly, and here you could probably find my old account. I have no idea what it is, but if somebody finds it, please never post the videos that I ever made, because just wow. It was I think 2015, 2016 is when I first got Musical.ly. I made a couple videos. I only got like 135 followers or something like that. Deleted it off my phone for a while. Then back in 2019 summer, I got it again, and I posted a few videos from then until around April of 2020. Then I shaved my head, so I got insecure and didn't make videos again up until August or September. So yeah, that was kind of the path before getting a following, I guess.
I mean, I like it. I totally forgot. That kind of brought back a memory. I forgot Musical.ly was even a thing for a minute. Jeez. But I shaved my head in the beginning of quarantine. But you saw the pictures of me. I was full on bald. How far did you shave your head? How far are we talking?
I mean, it was a straight buzz cut. It was like a last second decision. It was either I was going to keep growing my hair, or I shaved my head completely. And I'm glad I shaved my head, because it's done wonders to my hair. My hair used to be like curly straight, like it'd be curly on the sides but straight on top, because I used to wear a hat a lot. But after shaving my head, I didn't really wear hats or beanies or anything like that, so my hair ended up growing out curly because it's naturally curly. So I'm glad I did shave it.
Yeah, and the perm definitely. No, I'm messing. I'm just kidding. No.
Oh man,
No.
the amount of people who think I have a perm, I'm like, no man, you could tell by the way that my curls are. What's the word? Damn, I don't know what the word would be. The density, I guess you could tell.
No, yeah, and just giving you a heads up, you can cause you said, damn, you can totally curse on this. I could care less. I've heard the words that have been said in past interviews of mine. I had someone drop a hard R, and they were black, but still, like, the words that have been said, so you can totally curse. Just reminding you, I didn't say it in the beginning, but no, your hair is a big part of, like, I'm not gonna say you, because you're awesome on the side, but a lot of people don't know you. when they just see you on their for you page, they're just attracted to the hair. They're attracted to the fact that you just wear wife beaters or tank tops or whatever and all that. But your hair is a big one.
Yeah, I mean, I scroll through TikTok for quite some time during the day. I see posts about girls losing, just people in general losing feelings when somebody like gets a bad haircut. So that, I guess that's one thing that I fear because my hair's bleached. So once it grows out and it starts becoming brown again, I'm gonna have to cut it obviously. So it's all in unison, and the dead ends are gone. I'm afraid that people are gonna be like, "Oh, he got that cut." You know, it's.
I mean, I get it for the following, but if it's for a girl, Nessie, if you lose a girl because of your hair, I swear to God, Nessie,
Oh, man.
you're.
I gotta tell you, with my ex, I threatened to cut my hair. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna buzz cut my hair, and she's like, don't do it. And I was like, why? Are you gonna want to break up with me after that? Because I would tease her a lot. She's like, it's like, I don't know, but definitely not cutting it anytime soon.
No, I definitely like the hair, and I definitely, I think you're obviously better than your hair, but you're an awesome guy. The hair just makes it even cooler because I have cool hair. No one on my channel knows because I'm still waiting to do a face reveal because for clout. I'm like Corpse 2.0, but speaking of Corpse, you got added by Corpse on Discord.
Funny story, Shane. I'm gonna tell you this because you're a part of my server. I don't want you telling anybody else this in the server, but I went onto a call with this Corpse, and I'm expecting deep-ass voice. I waited 30 seconds to say something. I said, hey, and I hear the squeakiest...
Shut up. Stop it. No, stop it. You're lying.
I hear the squeakiest, sweetest voice of a girl, and I'm like, wow. And we actually had a very good conversation. We were on a call for about an hour and a half, just talking, and she's very down to earth. She actually lives in my city, so that was pretty crazy.
Shut up. Wait. I don't know if I can cut this if you want. You're telling me right now that Corpse is a girl?
No.
I thought you said I was talking about Corpse. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah. The Corpse wasn't Corpse.
Oh, dude.
It was somebody...
I was freaking out. I was like, stop it. Corpse is a girl with a voice. Dude. I mean, I doubt anyone in the Discord will watch this far in the video, but like, I thought you were about to expose Corpse. I was like, whoa. No, that's actually kind of cool. It's cool that you made a friend through that, but what the heck? That's such an awful move by that person. It's so rude of them. We all got hyped because we thought that was Corpse, but I won't tell anybody. If anybody in the Discord found this part of the video, I mean, I give you props for even listening to me. But thanks for the watch time. But kind of to get away from that, I got really excited. I thought Corpse was a girl, and I thought I was breaking that news. But so I want to know, because you grew up with a single mother, how does she feel about your sudden fame and like not sudden, but the fame you've gotten on TikTok? As little as you make it sound, 193,000 people following you isn't anything to like be ashamed of. So how does she feel about that?
My mom's supportive. I tell her when I like reach a new milestone or something. She's always there. She's congratulating me. But with attention and acknowledgement, there's always going to be people who like you and love you, but there's also going to be people who hate you and dislike you. So she's just very weary of that. I'll talk to her about what people are saying about me and people making up stuff to try to be a bad person. And, she just gives me advice on it. She's very supportive. She knows that, she knows how people are on the internet. So she gives me advice. She's there for me. She congratulates me. So she's really proud of me because, it's what I want to do with my life. I want to be an inspiration to people. I want to influence people. So she's proud of me.
I mean, I'm happy about that. The internet can be a place filled with great people and a lot of great people at that, but it's also one of the worst places in the world you can possibly go. But again, one of the best places too. But you brought up the inspiration part. So when did you realize that your platform could really help so many people, especially like me? You gave. I'm not even gonna say that actually. I'm not gonna bring that up. But you've like we've talked about some serious topics, and you've been very open with me. I've been very open with you, and you've helped me a lot. And you've been an awesome guy. And I hope to one day kind of not like give the favor back, but if you ever need to talk, you always know without a doubt my line's open. But how did you realize like with your platform you could reach out, or people could reach out to you, and you could help so many people?
It didn't really start as a platform, I guess, how I wanted to inspire. Originally, I wanted to inspire people through my music. Obviously, if you listen to my music catalog and discography at the moment, it's not very inspirational, but originally when I first started making music, there was messages in my music, and a lot of my unreleased stuff has messages in it, and I'm still a small artist, I'm a small creator, so for the time being, I'm just make what, some catchy stuff that I like writing and what I feel, but as time goes on and I gain more of an audience, I'm going to go back to writing about, topics that other people don't want to talk about because, very controversial. Sometimes people have bias towards it. So it could get you into hot water. So, I don't know. Just with me, I want to be able to write through my music, but also share messages with people so they know that they have a place in the world. And you can accomplish things if you set your mind to it. Success doesn't come from wealth or from what you're born into. Success is what you make. And if you have that dedication and confidence, you have the heart, you have the work ethic there, you can succeed. And that's one of the biggest messages I want to spread to everybody, because everybody has the opportunity to be successful.
I love that message a lot. Like that's a outlook that is kind of thrown out there by people, but the way you went into detail about it was good. I mean, yeah, I like what you said. Again, Lollipop, I find it inspirational, Nessie. But Lollipop's a very inspirational song. I don't mean to trash Lollipop. It's a good song. It's just like surprising. When I heard it, I was like, Nessie made this? But you just don't like throw me those vibes. But I really do like your music, and I love that you want to throw messages to people and like be an inspiration like that. And the way you put it was definitely beautiful. But I also want to know, because you brought up the confidence, what are some of the comments and stuff you get either in school or by anyone about looking the way you do, or even just your TikTok in general and everything you do? I wonder, what are some of the comments, and like you said, you were telling your mom what people were saying about you. What are some that you get, and how do you react to most of them?
Well, to be honest with the school part, here in San Diego, we can't go back to school, so that's out of the picture. With social media, a lot of the times people call me odd, people call me pretty, people call me all these names, the ones that I really like are when people tell me that my posts make them happy. That really gives me confidence, because, it means that I'm inspiring them, and that's a real confidence boost to me. My confidence doesn't rely on my appearance. My confidence relies in my soul. So when I receive a comment or somebody sends me a message and we have a conversation, they tell me that I'm inspiring them or making them happy, or that I've saved them, which people have said that. That's a real confidence boost, and it makes me want to continue being me, making content, inspiring people, even when there's other kinds of comments out there of people saying, oh, cringe, or, just that kind of stuff.
No, yeah, and I hate to see, like, especially trolls in your Discord or really anywhere, people say stuff about you that's in a negative light, because I'm like, this kid is just so... It's weird to call you a kid, because we're only a year apart, but... And yes, guys, this is also the youngest person I've ever interviewed, because I'm a year older than you. So, congrats. New milestone. But it's definitely really cool to get the confidence, like you said. I definitely get some confidence from some of my viewers in the way they're like, oh, I really like this video, I found it really interesting, but of course... there's always a bad side of it, but you have to make the good outweigh the bad, even if it's not like that in the comments exactly. But I always find the compliments and stuff to be much nicer, and like you said, there's always going to be bad stuff out there, but, the way you react to it's really how it matters, and I see you reacting to it very well.
Absolutely well spoken, Shane.
Oh, why, thank you, Nessie. I want to know some of your plans. You said music and stuff, but after high school, like, is college in the plan, or what are your plans really after high school?
Actually, I wanted to go to university at UCSD and major in psychology while minoring in music production and theory. I won't have the funds for it, sadly. So the way that I have my life set out, I'm going to keep working on my social status and my music. And once I'm able to have the money and I'm economically successful and I'm comfortable and I know that I'll be able to afford college like that, university, then I'll go back and study psychology because I love psychology, It's definitely a big part of my life, and it's just interesting to me, so that's what I plan on doing.
I love that response. You don't hear a lot of people when they say they want to make money that they want to necessarily... I mean, some people get money and they go back to school, but you never hear the plan being, well, I want to become economically stable or at least like comfortable and then go to school. It's like you're kind of doing it to go to school. I know you're doing the music because you love it, but the money you make, you do want to go back to school with it, which I think is really awesome. You don't hear that often, if ever, really. But I really like that plan you have going.
Yeah, absolutely. Financial situation ideally would be, being able to afford a house for myself, maybe start a family, and then after I'm done with all my stuff, I take care of my family after that. Like my mom, my brother, my sister, cousins, whatever.
I definitely like that plan. I really do like that. I mean, I love how a lot of people, the first thing they say when they get money is like, oh, I'm going to buy a house for... I mean, everyone always goes with that. I'm going to buy a house for my mom. Like, it's always that. And then after that, it's always very self-centered. Which I can't even blame them. Money changes people, and either for worse or for better. You're not always going to be able to think about people that aren't you. But I feel like you're very generous towards the people that deserve it in your life. Like you said, your inner family, if you start a family, cousins, stuff. I really like that about you. That you can be so... I mean, generous might not be the right word, but you're definitely giving towards, the people you love. And that's definitely an awesome trait about you.
Of course, giving is, it's just the golden rule. That's one thing that I always follow. Treat others how you want to be treated. But then again, if you treat me like a $2 steak, I'm going to treat you like a $2 steak. Simple as that. You treat me like I'm the last person in the world and you're my best friend. I'm going to treat you the same way, It's just you got to keep the same energy. You have to be consistent with it. So, the golden rule, number one.
I live by that. I text people when they're texting me something like, why are you acting weird? I always say, I'm keeping that same energy. And I'll, emphasize a past text I get or something. And I love that because it's like, the person really can't get mad because you show them what they did and they're like, oh. So then they kind of either they drop you completely, which I don't care. If you were treating me badly anyway, drop me, I don't care. Or they start to change themselves and how they act towards you. And, they're becoming a nice human being. So I love that. I love to keep the same energy. And I also say it to other people around me because if I'm being a total dick, tell me, act the same way, and then I'll notice it. So keep the same energy is something I definitely live by as well. And I say probably on a daily basis. So I do like that, your outlook on stuff like that.
Right.
So I do want to get your opinion on a few things. I want to know because, people, like you said in the beginning, people have tried to make up rumors about you or even say things about your past, which are neither here nor there. But how do you feel about cancel culture as a whole? It's a tough question. Answer wisely, but I'm just kidding. I know you'll answer great, but I want your opinions on cancel culture. And if you don't want to answer the question, I totally get it because it's a scary question to answer. But I do want your opinions, if you will, on cancel culture.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate the opportunity. Cancel culture, it's hard to explain, okay? I actually planned on making a YouTube video a long time ago that never came to light. I just didn't have the motivation for it. About it, cancel culture has become less about allowing others to acknowledge their mistakes and, grow mature as a whole, as a person from it. It's become more find something about someone you don't like or find something about someone and just throw it onto them and show the world so that person can no longer have a career, a life, So personally, I think, I don't want to use the word toxic, but I definitely think that it's lost its significance and original intent. And I think that as time has gone on, it's become a weapon instead of a demonstration of acknowledging one's mistakes. It's become more of a weapon. It's been weaponized to just ruin people's lives entirely.
Yeah, I really, again, I like how you put it. You put it the safest way possible, which I love it. I mean, there's some things that obviously deserve to just be attacked on. Definitely should just be over for them. There's some things that should ruin your career, obviously, but there's some things, again, like you said, where the person should be able to reflect, acknowledge, apologize, and hopefully, if they're actually growing as a person, grow as a person. Now, obviously, if you don't want to grow as a person, then, yeah, you should be canceled, but I feel like everyone deserves a second chance on some things, the right circumstances, so I'm glad that you haven't been canceled, because I feel like even for stuff in the past that you've kept up even because you like to acknowledge your mistakes and you like to realize that you've changed, I think that's really cool because it's a big thing because I wasn't the same person I was 5 years ago. I wasn't the same person I was yesterday, and you can definitely say the same thing about yourself. So it's definitely a good thing. I like some parts of cancel culture. I also hate some parts of cancel culture.
Definitely.
It's a double-edged sword that's a little bit scary, but, can't always be perfect. Or some things are just, it is what it is. I want to know, there's a lot of hypotheticals out there, like, oh, what if zombies happen, all this. I want to know something, obviously, that is huge in your life. What would you do if tomorrow morning you woke up and TikTok died? Where, no one can use it, the government shut down like they said they were going to back months ago. Let's say TikTok died tomorrow. What is your first move going to be? What are your moves going to be if that was to happen?
Probably not a lot. I mean, I'm not I don't rely on TikTok for happiness or for motivation. I'd probably just go on with the rest of my day, The way that, I post on TikTok, I post when I get bored, I have downtime, I have nothing to do. I don't expect my videos to get views or anything. Obviously, if, one video gets popular and then all my other views are down, I'm like, oh, well, why is this happening? But it's not like I wake up in the morning, the first thing I think is, oh, my God, I have to make a video. I wake up in the morning for school. Sometimes I'll post a draft just for people to see, while I'm doing school. But my first move, probably go to Twitter. Probably just go on Twitter, see what people are talking about, see everybody's reactions, see Charlie D'Amelio talk about it and say, oh, well, I'm moving to this platform now because, everybody's going to move over to something like Triller or whatever, something like that.
No, I mean, Charlie will be fine. She has 100-something million on TikTok. She'll be fine. Everyone would find her. But, I mean, that's why I hated the government thing where they said, oh, we're going to shut down TikTok in 30 to whatever days, blah, blah, blah. It never happened, thank God, because it wasn't even the point that I love watching TikTok. It's for people with, and this isn't even me, because I have, on my personal, I have, 200 followers. On my YouTube one, I have, 100 or so. So, it's, people with small platforms that, yes, they have a following, like yourself. Because, I mean, compared to Charlie D'Amelio, you're like an ant, she's like a human. She runs the app. What she says goes. No offense. I don't think you'll take any. But for people with smaller platforms like you with 100K plus, it's not definite that they're gonna find you on the other platforms because people scroll through the For You page and are like, oh, really hot guy Nessie. gonna follow him, gonna stay tuned to all of his things. And it's like, you said Twitter, which I love your Twitter, but I follow it on like all my accounts. But it's just, it's terrifying for people with smaller accounts or even in the millions where their followers don't know where to find them on Instagram or Twitter or anything else. And like you said with the Triller thing, there's a lot of dead followers on TikTok, inactive accounts and stuff, which are a lot of people's followings. I guarantee it. I guarantee if you only had active followers of, let's even say Charlie D'Amelio, I guarantee you'd lose a few million people on that. But I do like, I like how you said it wouldn't change many aspects of your life, because it, again, means you don't really rely on it, which is great. But I love the first thing you'd go to is Twitter. I mean, you've only liked 5 things, including the vegetable thing, which is very funny to me still. The veggie tail thing. I love that I found that. It's like a hidden gem on your Twitter. But, I could totally see you doing vlogging. You don't really like that future, but you don't really have the passion for it. Could you see yourself kind of becoming a vlogger one day down the line, though?
Well, okay, I wouldn't define it as being a vlogger. Of course I'll make YouTube videos. I love recording. I love editing. But it's not like I'm going to be someone like 2016, 2017 Logan Paul, or like someone like that who goes around every day recording themselves. Like maybe once in a while I'll share like a trip or something, or what I'm doing with my day, but that's not what I would focus all my content around. Obviously I'm going to eventually post on YouTube again. It's just, it takes a lot of time to edit videos, come up with ideas, and just stuff like that. I like the idea of vlogging, but to me it can get repetitive unless you go out and do crazy stuff like every day. But yeah, I wouldn't see myself as a vlogger. Maybe here and there post a couple like videos like exploring stuff or whatever, but it wouldn't be the main idea of my channel.
No, and I definitely respect that. I mean, I throw shot put for my high school. I jokingly made a vlog. I recorded 45 to an hour of footage of me just doing dumb stuff at school. The video was 6 minutes. That was like the long, and all my YouTube videos, that was the longest one because I didn't post it on this channel. That was the longest thing it ever took me to edit. And it sucks the life out of you, the repetitive. I like the comparison to the 2016 Logan Paul because I was a big fan. His daily vlogs did definitely, if you go back and watch them, they're repetitive. I mean, Logan has a crazy life back then. But, I mean, if I was to compare what you were going for, oddly enough, I'd compare it to today Logan Paul. Because he posts every few weeks now. It's been like every few months. As we speak, he's unboxing Pokemon cards. Millions of dollars of Pokemon cards. But, which is kind of insane. But, I mean, I like that, the lax schedule, you're not like Nelk Boys where, like, we're posting every Monday, like, which I love Nelk Boys. No offense to Nelk Boys if you're watching this. If the 40 views this video gets, one of you is Nelk Boys, comment down below. But, I definitely like that idea, and I could totally see you doing something like that. Maybe vlogging was definitely the wrong word, but I could totally see you being a personality on YouTube as well as TikTok, and I could see you growing through YouTube a lot more with the TikTok as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course, I mean, your personality obviously your TikToks, I love them. The way I met you was such an odd chance meeting I was on FaceTime with my friend who was going through Omegle, and Nessie just is on Omegle, and we didn't know who you were, but we saw you on TikTok, we were like, whoa, this dude's got 100K, which, by the way, since then, you've gotten like 90K more, which I don't get. But it's such an odd chance meeting. I found his TikTok. I found his Discord. I get in calls with Nessie. Now me and Nessie, I mean, I'd call us kind of tight, Nessie. So, I mean, your personality is infectious. So I could see you doing anything social media-wise and successing. I mean, besides Twitter, because Twitter's impossible. Twitter's so tough to get. Everyone's on Twitter. No one follows or anything on Twitter. But I could see you really doing anything with social media.
Absolutely, thank you.
Of course, man. So, you want to spit some bars of Lollipop? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, if you want to, you can. But, I mean, that kind of wraps it up. If you want to say anything, you know what? I almost forgot. I, I didn't even write it down because it's such a signature question of mine. So, before you promo anything, I always ask this. This is kind of how I end all my interviews. When everything's said and done, when you're done, let's say 70 years down the road, you die peacefully in your sleep. When everything's said and done, what do you want to be remembered for, and what do you want your legacy to be?
Probably just being me, being unique, not being like anybody else. I mean, having an odd personality, but also just being Nessie, I want to be known as the Nessie. Nobody is like me, I don't copy other people. I have my personality, my own soul, my own lifestyle. So I think one thing I'd want to be remembered by is just being unique and not relying on society's standards to appeal to others.
I love that answer for that. Thank you, Nessie, for an amazing interview. You're actually my first, the closest person I've ever interviewed. We've actually talked beforehand, so multiple times. So thank you again for an amazing interview on your part.
Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course, man. I hope there's many more to come from other people with you. Maybe they'll find this. Who knows? Maybe this will blow up, Nessie. Maybe you'll make my channel blow up. Imagine.
Maybe.
I'm totally putting a picture of you and a guinea tea as the profile, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, cute boy." But
sounds an awesome plan.
I'm clickbaiting views. But no. If you want to promo anything or really just say anything to end it, it's your stage right now.
Yeah, I just want to thank anybody who came to watch this. Thank you to everybody who supports me, everybody who's got a kind soul. Shout out to Shaney for allowing me to come to this first interview, my first real interview with questions. And yeah, just make sure that if you drink milk and put in your cereal, make sure it's 2% fat. If you eat hot dogs, make sure you put chili on it or mustard. Don't put ketchup. That shit's gross. And yeah, pretty much it.
Thanks again, Nessie. I'm gonna put I'll put your link tree down below. Also, just put your TikTok so people can click it faster. Nessie, great interview. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great Sunday, because that's when this is going out, and have a great rest of your day. I'm Shane2K. Tomorrow, episode of The Shaney Show. That's all. Peace out.